New Orleans is a city like no other. When asking people to describe it in one word, we got answers like
spirit,
alcohol,
party,
food,
adventure, wild.
Describe New Orleans in one word: magnificent.
And all of these things are true. Despite all these great things about New Orleans, there are parts of it that we tend to ignore. Prior to 2005, New Orleans had a homeless population of around 2,000. After the devastation of Hurricane Katrina, there was an enormous spike in that population. According to the Unity of Greater New Orleans, the number of homeless has dropped substantially, but the per capita number still sits around 50 homeless for every 10,000, one of the highest in the nation.
I'm Yumi Chen, and I'm a junior at Tulane University. I'm the president of HAT, which is the Hunger and Homelessness Action with Tulane. So one of the bigger problems that I've seen as a student at Tulane is kind of this bubble that Tulane students are surrounded in which they're not fully immersed into the realities of New Orleans.
My name's Jack Pichkowski. I'm a student here at Tulane. I'm the co-founder and president of ReCycle Tiny Homes. We are an organization fundraising to build tiny homes and foster sustainable lives for homeless people in New Orleans. We plan on doing this by leading long-distance sponsored bike trips around the country.
My name is Harris Goldstein, and I'm a sophomore at Tulane. I'm a co-founder and vice president of ReCycle Tiny Homes. And I became involved with ReCycle Tiny Homes initially on the way to hockey practice when I overheard Jack talking to a fellow teammate about his ideas to potentially begin building tiny homes to benefit the homeless population of New Orleans.
Tiny houses are what they sound like. They are small homes. They can be 60, 100, 200 square feet. There really are no rules. But they're basically serving the function of a home in a much smaller, more affordable package. So I first got into tiny homes my freshman year of high school. Me and my uncle and a couple buddies built what was supposed to be a poker shack in basically my backyard. Real simple, 60 square foot. I moved out there and I would spend my summers in the warmer months of the years up in Chicago, living out there full time. And I really saw how much benefit you can get from such a small space. This past year on May 18th, a buddy of mine and I set out on a cross-country bike trip from Chicago to Los Angeles following Route 66. We spent the months leading up to that fundraising for a nonprofit.
When Jack told me this idea of fundraising through cross-country bike riding, it really intrigued me. By putting oneself in a challenging situation like this, it really inspires people to donate to such a great cause.
What initially drew me to this project was the opportunity to help others, coupled with my passion for long-distance cycling. Starting at the age of 14, I biked across the continental United States, down the West Coast, and through 7 countries in Europe, and I was excited to go on other trips with ReCycle Tiny Homes for such a great cause.
I look forward to the future and leading more sponsored bike trips like this with the purpose of fundraising for my new project, ReCycle Tiny Homes.
I've been interested in the tiny house movement for a long time, so when I found out about this organization, I thought it seemed like a great way to take something that I was interested in and use it to help people in this community, especially here in New Orleans where I know there is a lot of need.
In this world, in New Orleans, there are those who are thriving and there are those who are just surviving. And there are opportunities for the former to help the latter. So I say, inspire those who are thriving to help those who struggle to survive. And here's an invitation for you to help.
together.
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 Together,
Together, we can help our fellow human beings have a stable and happy life.